This is the beautiful Turks and Caicos, and it was here that I awakened a version of myself that changed me forever. Now, this trip started out as a couple's trip, but it became the trip where I realized I had outgrown a man that I thought was my person. So this isn't really a video about a trip to the beautiful Turks and Caicos as much as it is about a story about my awakening. Now, I won't bore you with all the details about my rocky on and off again relationship with this man. Let's just say this trip was his attempt to show me how much he had changed after I had broken things off with him and stayed away for a while. And I thought, this is it. This is going to be the reset, the reconnection, the confirmation that we were meant to be. And when we got there, it was beautiful. The water, crystal clear, the energy, peaceful, the vibe, romantic. This was the kind of place that makes you slow down and feel everything. And at first, everything seemed good. We were laughing and talking and enjoying the experience. And for a moment, I thought, maybe this time is really different. But listen, a change of scenery does not equal a change of character. And it didn't take long before I started to see it. The same patterns, the same emotional distance, the same inability to be present, the same avoidant energy that made me question, how am I here again? But this time, something was different. I was different. See, the woman I used to be before I awakened to my full self, she would have ignored what she was seeing. She would have explained it away and minimized it and made excuses for it. She would have said, he's trying. He just needs time. He's not that bad. And most of all, she would have tried harder to be enough for him. But the woman standing on that island, the woman who had done the inner work, she saw everything clearly. No rose-colored glasses, no emotional fog, no attachment to who I hoped he would be. I was finally seeing him for who he was. And let me tell you something powerful. When you finally see it, you can't unsee it. See, when you truly heal, your tolerance level changes. What you once entertained, you no longer can sit through. What you once called love, you now recognize as misalignment. And it hit me, not all at once, but in moments, in conversations that lacked depth, in emotional gaps that should have been filled, in the feeling that I was still alone, even with him sitting right there. And that's when I knew this man had not changed. He was still avoidant, still disconnected, still unwilling to do the inner work required to show up in a real healthy relationship. But that's when I realized I didn't need him to change anymore because I had already done the work on me. I had healed the part of me that needed validation. I had healed the part of me that believed love had to be earned. I had awakened the part of me that stayed too long, hoping to be chosen. And because of that, I was no longer impressed by his potential. I was no longer moved by his words. I was no longer attached to a man choosing me because I had already chosen myself. I was no longer looking externally for what I had already found within. Because when you truly know your worth, you stop negotiating with inconsistency. Even if it looks good on the outside, even if it's a fully paid trip, and even if it feels like something you prayed for. And I remember sitting there in one of the most beautiful places I had ever been and feeling this deep clarity, not sadness, not confusion, clarity. And I said to myself, he is not for you. And I didn't need closure. I didn't need another conversation. I didn't need to try again because when you heal, you don't need proof. You trust what you see. And so this trip, it didn't bring us closer. It freed me. It showed me that my inner work had worked. It showed me that I was no longer the woman who would stay out of fear, or stay because it was comfortable, or stay because I had already invested so much. No, I became the woman who chooses alignment over attachment, who chooses peace over potential, and who chooses truth over fantasy. And on that beautiful island, I birthed a new standard. And that standard is, I will have a great man or no man at all. For me, there is no in between. Not because I'm bitter and not because I've given up on love, but because I've awakened to what love should really feel like. And I've awakened to the truth that being single is not a punishment. It is not something to fear. It is not something to rush out of. And for the first time in my life, I understand that being single is a space of power, a space of clarity, a space where you build a life that is so full that a man is an addition, not the necessity. He is icing, not the cake. And if you're watching this and you're still holding on to someone who hasn't changed, someone who you keep giving chance after chance to, hoping this time it will be different, I want you to know, time does not heal a man who refuses to do the work. And love cannot heal or save a man who is committed to staying the same. But you and me, we can heal, we can grow, and we can awaken. And when we do, we don't have to force ourselves to walk away. Walking away becomes easy because we will see clearly, we will feel differently, and we will no longer be available for the dysfunction that once felt normal to us. Listen, it is easy to get stuck in a space where we're questioning, where we're trying to figure it out, and where we're hoping that the man that we love will finally become who we need him to be. But as I was staring at the ocean on that beautiful island, I asked myself, and I want you to ask yourself, am I in love with who he is or who I'm hoping he'll become? Because who he might become is what's keeping us waiting, hoping, and giving more chances. But what if what we see is all we get? Now, to be honest, we can't afford to stay stuck here. Our peace, our self-worth, our dignity, it is too valuable to be tied to potential. Now, as I look back on this trip, I realized I was so grateful to have awakened a more secure version of myself. A version who understands she doesn't need a man to complete her or to live a happy, whole, full life. I am whole alone, and I am just fine by myself. Better than fine. I am free. Free to let go, choose myself, and still live happily ever after. So, if I had to go to a beautiful place like Turks and Caicos to be reminded of my beautiful awakening, it was worth it. Because I was reminded that love doesn't require you to settle. Real love doesn't ask you to accept less, even if it's wrapped in a beautiful trip. Because I now know that real love just shows up and makes your life easier. Now, I hope that this video has been inspiring and encouraging. And I also want you to know that if you are struggling to let someone go, I created a course called Awaken the Secure Woman Within. And this is a course for women to awaken soul-aligned love and to do the healing and inner work to get there. I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and visit me at awakenhernow.com. Thanks for watching and hearing my story, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.